Chapter 42, Mom's Week. On Friday, after John Mark picks me up from school, after the usual questions about homework and such, he announces, I made a fresh batch of spaghetti just for you. It smells delicious. You know I love me some Waffle House food, but sometimes homemade's the best. We'll head over to Waffle House in about an hour. Your mom gets off early. Yay, maybe we can catch up on our shows tonight. I toss my stuff to the floor, wash my hands at the kitchen sink, and fill plates for both of us. A double large portion for him. I got you, kid, he says, sprinkling tons of mozzarella on top of both of ours. It is so yummy, spicy, and full of onions. Wow, you're in a good mood, I tell him as I finish. And he pulls up a pint of mint chocolate chip ice cream out of the freezer. He simply grins and serves me a double portion. I'm for sure not complaining as he sits down with a big bowl of it as well. He's humming and tapping out a beat with the spoon. When I eat the last square of chocolate, he tells me I have a little time if I want to practice on my Casio before we have to leave. Let me help with the dishes first, I offer. No, you go practice, he says. I never turn down a chance to play, so I quickly pull out the Casio and get it out of its case and set it out on the dining room table. I do a few scales, some basic review pieces, then jump full force into my sonatina recital piece. It's even sounding great on the portable. John Mark, watching the million pots he used, hollers out, Sounds great, Izzy. You're really good, kid. Yeah, I know, I holler back. Happy sass. Then I turn on the drum and cha-cha beats, and I move into a jazzy, funky piece that I've been working on. Ooh, you're killing it, he yells out. Skills. Yeah, I know, I say again, cracking up, pounding some crazy bass notes to match the funky treble. He dances into the room, clicking 2 handfuls of spoons and forks together like they're instruments. You're crazy, I tell him as I finally bring it to the close. But you dance pretty good for a white boy. Oof. I slap my hand over my mouth. Was that bad to say? But John Mark is grinning like I told him he won $1 million. Now that is the best compliment I've heard in years. I'm still rocking the keys, a little slower now, more mellow. Then John Mark switches, goes a little serious. He pulls a chair next to me. I want to ask you something. I stop playing. Yeah, I say, but I brace myself. I'm going to do it tonight. The official proposal. Tonight? Yep. At the Waffle House. I want it to be a surprise, and I want to include you in this. You good with that? I guess so, I say. Which about sums it up. I'm not sure how I feel, so I guess. He takes a breath. Before we go, let me show you my most recent ink. He nervously runs his fingers up and down the black keys. He stops, then rolls up the sleeve of his denim shirt. And whoa, there it is. Very small, on the inside of his left wrist, is my name, Isabella, penned in a really pretty cursive next to a small purple daisy. I look closely, wonder if it hurts to do that, and at the same time feel amazed. Amazed that he'd do that for me. Wow, that's, awesome. You and me, kid, he says, and your mom, who I'm crazy about. Then he adds, his voice a question mark, if that's okay with you. He looks at me with a sort of fake puppy dog eyes. I can't help but laugh. I've never been somebody's ink before, I tell him. I honestly think what he did is really cool, but I'm not going to tell him that at all, at least not yet. This is forever stuff, he reminds me. I get up and pour myself a tall glass of milk. I got to give him credit. He's trying really hard. There's a break, so a change of setting. Hey, Izzy, I got an idea, John Mark says, slapping his thigh as we drive toward the diner. What's that? Let's go to Party City and get balloons. Ooh, what a great idea. I look out at the sky. It's kind of a purple rose color with cottony puffs of clouds here and there, like a painting. Somehow, that makes me feel like all of this is going to be okay. At Party City, the short-bearded guy who sits at the counter looks barely older than Darren. His name tag says, Herbert. How many, he asks. About a gazillion. Every color in the rainbow, John Mark tells him. I'm getting engaged tonight, Herbert. Herbert laughs. Gotcha, man. He puts a small, limp piece of rubber on a nozzle, then whoosh, it's a red balloon, and whoosh, the next one's green, and whoosh, it's purple. He ties each one and adds a string in one swift movement. I've always wanted to do this, John Mark tells me. He's almost as bouncy as the balloons. I've never had a birthday party with balloons when I was a kid, so these are for me, too. I stay quiet and let him be 11. He lets me carry the balloon bouquet out of the store. It's huge, Stuffing them in the backseat of the cab is like herding birds, but I finally push them all in. As we walk through the door of Waffle House, I can see Mom wiping off a table in the back. She looks beat, but then she spots us. Me, John Mark, and all those balloons. What? I've never seen so many balloons, she says, delight in her voice. But why? It's not my birthday. Oh, are these for Izzy? You're so sweet. Now she looks confused. But it's not her birthday either. John Mark hands me the balloons and digs into his pocket. He pulls out a small pink box. By now, he's reached a whole new level of blushing, almost purple. He gets down on one knee. Mom gasps sharply. Her hand claps over her mouth. Mariah gets out her iPhone. Arnie, the cook, does the same. John Mark's eyes actually have tears in them. He opens the box. Wow, the ring is so pretty. It kind of glitters on the silky white satin. Nicole Teresa Thornton, I love you. I love Izzy. Will you marry me? It seems like all the air leaves the restaurant as everyone near us inhales. At this point, customers are standing, peeking over. Mom's chest is heaving. I can tell she's trying not to cry. Her smile, though, is so huge, so happy, that I feel a surge of happiness for her. But before she answers him, she turns to me. Izzy, is this okay with you? I mean, this will kind of change our lives. I won't do this if you feel funky about it. I mean that. Whoa, 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 whoa. John Mark's proposing to her and she's asking me? I don't hesitate. Go for it, Mom. I want you to be happy. And I really mean it. She reaches over and hugs me. I love you, Izzy. You're my baby girl, now and always, she says into my ear. I squeeze my nose to stifle the sniffle I feel. I'm not going to cry. Now Mom turns to John Mark and says finally, oh, yes, yes, yes. Then he slips the ring on her finger, and they're hugging each other and hugging me, hugging Lucille and hugging Judy, and random customers are getting hugs. It's flat out a hug fest. I get so excited, I let go of the balloons. About a zillion red, yellow, blue, purple, and green rubber globes bobble all over the ceiling, bobbling exactly how I feel. Chapter 43, Mom's Week. Random thoughts after the proposal. Do I have to call him Dad? Can he sign my permission slips for school? Will I have to change my name? If I do something wrong, can he punish me? Will he make me eat carrots? Chapter 44, Mom's Week. More random thoughts. I've got a lot of them. Well, I guess Mom and Dad will never be a Mr. and Mrs. again. Truth, I gotta admit, I never stopped hoping, deep down, that they'd somehow get back together, you know? I bet most divorced kids do. My mom is going to be Mrs. Metzger instead of what I've always known her as, Mrs. Thornton. That's going to be hard to swallow. I guess my name won't change. I don't think they can make me if I don't want to do that. But I'm not sure. I really hate the green paint on these walls.